Hello, I welcome in the video number 4 of the topic reagents and reactions in organic synthesis. In previous video number 3 we have discussed 3 organic reactions, and in this video number 4 we are going to discuss the remaining 3 reactions. The first reaction is called as Wittig's reaction. So what is this Wittig's reaction? It is the reaction of aldehydes or ketones with the ethereal solution of Wittig's reagent to form an alkene. So aldehydes or ketones on reaction with Wittig's reagent gives alkene. So this reaction is called as Wittig's reaction. So in the Wittig's reagent that is used in this reaction is nothing but the alkylidene or arylidene triphenyl phosphorane. It is simply called as phosphoranes or phosphorus ylide, and it is represented as PH3P double bond CH2. PH means C6H5, that is phenyl group. Such 3 phenyl groups are linked to this phosphorus, and there is formation of this phosphorus ylide. Now let us see the first reaction of Wittig's reaction. So benzophenone, when treated with phosphorus ylide in presence of ether, it forms 1,1-diphenyl ethylene. So this phosphorus ylide, it is dissolved initially in ether solvent, and this ethereal solution of phosphorus ylide is added to this benzophenone, which is a ketone. As a result, we obtain this 1,1-diphenyl ethylene. So this compound is obtained. Now this, along with this compound, triphenylphosphine is the byproduct. Now let us come to the mechanism of this reaction. Mechanism of this reaction involves 2 steps. The first step is nucleophilic attack of phosphorus ylide to carbonyl carbon of ketone to form betaine intermediate. So in first step there is a betaine intermediate formation. So this is phosphorus ylide, in which phosphorus carries this positive charge, CH2 carbon carries negative charge. So this is the ketone molecule in which carbonyl group is there, and this carbonyl carbon carries positive charge, this oxygen carries negative charge. So there is bond formation between negatively charged carbon of phosphorus ylide and the carbonyl carbon of ketone. So this is the CH bond formation. Now in this species, phosphorus carries positive charge, whereas this oxygen carries negative charge. Now this Zwitter ion species is rearranged to the betaine intermediate. So there is bond formation between positively charged phosphorus and negatively charged oxygen to form this betaine intermediate, cyclic intermediate. So this is the first step. In the second step, there is elimination of triphenylphosphine from betaine intermediate to form this alkene. So triphenylphosphine molecule is eliminated from this betaine intermediate, and we are getting this alkene as a product. So this betaine intermediate, phosphorus carbon bond breaks heterolytically. At the same time, oxygen carbon bond breaks heterolytically, and there is formation of this alkene molecule with the formation of triphenylphosphine. Now let's see the applications of Wittig's reaction. The first application, formation of alpha beta unsaturated acids. So benzophenone, when treated with this phosphorus ylide in presence of this ether, we get this we get this 4,4-diphenyl 3-butanoic acid. The second application is the formation of exocyclic double bond containing compound. So this is cyclohexanone. On reaction with Wittig's reagent, it forms a methylene cyclohexane with this triphenylphosphine. The third application is synthesis of vinyl halides. So benzaldehyde on reaction with, again this is the another Wittig's reagent, in presence of ether there is formation of this stearyl chloride with triphenyl phosphine. So these are the applications of Wittig's reaction. Now the reaction number 5 is Wagner-Mirviin rearrangement. So what is this Wagner-Mirviin rearrangement? Reaction involving change in carbon skeleton through the rearrangement of carbocation intermediate is called as Wagner-Mirviin rearrangement reaction. So any reaction that undergo change in carbon skeleton through carbocation intermediate is called as Wagner-Mirviin rearrangement. Now this reaction is catalyzed by Lewis acid or Bronsted acid. This reaction involves the starting compound which are highly branched or bridged bicyclic compounds. Another important thing of this Wagner-Mirviin rearrangement is that there is beta alkyl or aryl group shifting or sigma bond shifting of the ring take place. So this is the statement of Wagner-Mirviin rearrangement. Now let's see the specific reaction of Wagner-Mirviin rearrangement. So this is highly branched compound 3,3-dimethyl butanol, 2-butanol. Now this on reaction initially with Bronsted acid or Lewis acid, it forms the carbocation that get rearranged to the more stable carbocation, and that is nothing but the Wagner-Mirviin rearrangement. So once there is a formation of more stable carbocation, that carbocation on reaction with different reagents, we obtain this alcohol, halogen compound, or this alkene compound. We will discuss this in detail in the mechanism of the reaction. So mechanism of Wagner-Mirviin rearrangement involves two steps. The first one is protonation followed by dehydration to form carbocation. So let me zoom this reaction. So this is 3,3-dimethyl butane 2-ol. This on protonation, that is by using Lewis acid or Bronsted acid we can protonate. Now this H plus forms the bond with this OH and there is formation of this OH2. Now oxygen carries positive charge. Now this CO bond breaks heterolytically, which is shown by a red arrow, and there is elimination of this water molecule. As a result we obtain this carbocation. Now this carbocation is secondary carbocation. This is the first step, formation of carbocation. In the second step, rearrangement of less stable secondary carbocation to more stable tertiary carbocation by beta alkyl shift. So this is the secondary carbocation that is formed in the first step. So this undergo beta alkyl shift. So this methyl group get shifted towards this positively charged carbon. So this is called as beta alkyl shift, and this one is there is change in carbon skeleton, and this is the Wagner-Mirviin rearrangement. Remember, there is shifting of beta alkyl group. In this case methyl group gets shifted towards this positively charged carbon, and we are getting the more stable tertiary carbocation. This tertiary carbocation is obtained. Now this tertiary carbocation on reaction with various reagents, for example OH minus, it forms this alcohol. OH minus forms the bond with this positively charged carbon. As a result we get this alcohol. This tertiary carbocation on reaction with halide, it forms this halogen compound. This tertiary carbocation on removal of this H eliminates in the form of H plus, and there is formation of this double bond and resulting into the formation of this unsaturated compound, that is alkene. So this is the mechanism of Wagner-Mirviin rearrangement. Now let's see the applications of Wagner-Mirviin rearrangement. So the first application of Wagner-Mirviin rearrangement reaction is in ring contraction. We can contract the rings. So let's see the example. This is 6-membered ring. It is contracted to 5-membered ring. So this is iodocyclohexane on reaction with silver nitrite, it forms nitrocyclohexane and cyclopentyl nitromethane. So this is the less membered compound. So this is 6 membered compound and this is 5 membered cyclic compound. So there is contraction. The second application in the ring expansion. Now this is cyclopropyl carbyl amine. Cyclopropyl carbyl amine on reaction with nitric acid, there is, just a minute. So this is cyclopropyl carbyl amine on reaction with nitric acid, there is formation of this cyclopropyl carbinol and cyclobutanol. So this is a 3 membered ring and this one is 4 membered ring. There is expansion in the ring. Similarly, other applications of this Wagner-Mirwin rearrangement reactions are also there. Commercially important compounds can be obtained by using this Wagner-Mirwin rearrangement. For example, bornyl chloride to camphene. So this conversion can be brought about by Wagner-Mirwin rearrangement. The second, camphene hydrochloride can be converted into isobornyl chloride compound. So this is the another chemical transformation that we can brought about by using Wagner-Mirwin rearrangement. Pinene hydrochloride to bornyl chloride can be brought about by Wagner-Mirwin rearrangement reaction. And the last reaction is Beer-Villiger oxidation reaction. Now what is this Beer-Villiger oxidation reaction? Oxidation of aliphatic ketones or cyclic ketones to esters or lactones in presence of peroxy acid is called as Beer-Villiger oxidation reaction. So we can oxidize ketone, aldehyde or cyclic ketones to the corresponding acid, ester or lactones. Now this is the example of general example of Beer-Villiger reaction. Ketone on reaction with peroxy acid, it forms ester. Now let us see the mechanism of this reaction. Mechanism of this reaction involves 4 steps. The first step is protonation. Second one is addition of peroxy acid to form adduct. Third step is migration of alkyl group to electron deficient oxygen, and last step, that is step number 4, is deprotonation. So these are the 4 steps. Now let us see all these steps together. Now this is the ketone compound. Now the first step is protonation, addition of H plus. So this H plus get added to this oxygen and there is formation of this OH bond. So positive charge will be on this oxygen because both the electrons of oxygen are utilized for OH bond formation. Now this compound comes in contact with peroxy acid. This is peroxy acid. This is peroxy acid. Now there is formation of, so this is carbonyl carbon which is electron deficient. This forms the bond with oxygen or peroxy acid, and for which both the electrons of oxygen are utilized. Now there is formation of this oxygen carbon bond and positive charge will be on this oxygen. Now there is elimination of this hydrogen in the form of H plus ion. So positive charge on this oxygen will get neutralized and we get this compound. Now this compound undergo electron shifting as well as the migration of this alkyl group to this oxygen. Now let me zoom this. Now the lone pair of oxygen will form the bond with this carbon, double bond formation will be there. This alkyl group forms bond with this oxygen, and this bond will get shifted to this position, at this position. So we are getting this compound. Now this OH bond will break heterolytically and it neutralizes the positive charge on this oxygen. Positive charge on this oxygen will be neutralized by the cleavage of this OH bond, and the cleavage of this OH bond occurs heterolytically. So as this OH bond breaks heterolytically, hydrogen eliminates in the form of H plus ion, and there is formation of this ester molecule. So this is the ester molecule. This is the ester molecule. Now let us see the applications of Beer-Villiger oxidation. Aldehydes and ketones are oxidized to corresponding carboxylic acids and esters respectively. If we start with aldehyde, we can obtain acid. So this is benzaldehyde. On treatment with peroxide acid, there is formation of benzoic acid. If we start with ketone, which is acetophenone here, this on peroxide acid, it forms phenyl acetate, which is an ester. The another application of the reaction is cyclic ketones on oxidation gives lactones. So this is cyclohexanone, cyclic ketone. This on reaction with 3-chloro-perbenzoic acid, it forms 6-hexanolactone. Similarly, 2-methyl cyclohexanone on reaction with peracetic acid, there is formation of methyl hexanolactone. So this is about the 3 reactions of this topic. If you have any queries or questions, you can ask me. Thank you very much.